That is enough said.
What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Video number 2 of the day. It's free agency period. So whenever there's something going on, I'm going to let you guys know. But before we get started, please take a moment. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. You know we're pushing for 5,000 subscribers. The reason why I'm giving you guys a second video today is because after the heartbreaking news that Donovan Mitchell is re-signing with Cleveland, it shattered the heart of Miami Heat fans. So you know, whenever there's something new that's going on, I want to let you guys know. It was reported today by Barry Jackson. Barry Jackson is one of the head writers down here in Miami, works with the Miami Herald. Whenever Barry Jackson reports something that's linked to the Miami Heat, you got to pay attention. Now, I'm going to read you a quote today that Barry Jackson posted, and I want to get your guys' opinion. This is about DeMar DeRozan. Now, we've talked about DeMar DeRozan in the past. There has been similar interest back in the days for both Miami Heat and DeMar DeRozan. We even remember during the trading, the trade deadline, DeMar DeRozan told Chicago that he would prefer to be traded to either the Miami Heat or the New York Knicks. So we know there's similar interest. This report by Barry Jackson states the Miami Heat has expressed interest in Chicago Bulls free agent DeMar DeRozan. And DeRozan has also expressed interest in Miami. I should have just read that. According to the two sources with knowledge of the situation, the Miami Heat is among several teams in play for the 6-time All-Star. But there's still significant challenges that could ultimately prevent a Heat-DeRozan marriage. The biggest at the moment, the only way that Miami Heat can add him would be if he accepts the $5.2 million taxpayer mid-level exception, or even less, the minimum exception. Those are the Miami Heat's only non-trade avenues to add a player. If DeRozan took that, Miami would just be below the second apron and would not be able to re-sign Caleb Martin or Haywood Highsmith, who remain in a holding pattern while both players and the Heat explore all options. The other option for DeRozan with Miami, which would get DeRozan in salary more in a line of production if the Heat trades a player earning decent money to a team with cap space. Let's pause right there. I know DeMar DeRozan, great player. Last season, he averaged 24 points a game, 5.3 assists a game. He averaged 48% for the field. He's not really known as the best three-point shooter. He hovers around 30 to 35% per season. Quality, solid numbers. But to get DeMar DeRozan on this roster, if you just listened to the report that I read, it sounds like a pain in the ass. Here's why. If you're going to trade for DeMar DeRozan, you're going to have to give up Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, or Terry Rozier. I don't see a point. I don't see what DeMar DeRozan adds by letting go of one of those players. Because here's the reality. You cannot bring DeMar DeRozan on this team with the current roster that we have. You're going to have to get rid of somebody. Does DeMar DeRozan move the needle by getting rid of one of our younger players? Like, I understand people don't, excuse me guys, I understand people are not the biggest fans of Tyler Hero, but he's still 24 years old. He still has room to develop. He still has growth. He can still provide what we're needing from him. As where DeMar DeRozan is 35 years old, seeking a 1-year contract, what are you really gaining? The only way I'd be okay with picking up DeMar DeRozan is if he's looking to do similar to what Dion Waiters did in 2016. DeMar DeRozan isn't really getting a lot of offers from teams, kind of like Dion Waiters was in 2016. So Dion Waiters took a biannual exception for Miami. It was about $3 million to prove it to the teams. He bet himself and doubled down. And then that got him the 4-year, $44 million contract that we mistakenly gave him. But that might be what DeMar DeRozan might do. He might see that there's not really an open market for him. He can bet on himself and double down by taking a $5.2 million mid-level exception for 1 year. We don't have state income taxes. He can ball with this roster. He can find his place on this team, probably be the starting 4 next to Bam alongside of Jimmy. That would be dope. And then he can help us make a push this season. And by doing that, he would become a free agent again next year and then can get the bag. that would be realistically the only way I'd be okay with adding DeMar DeRozan on this team. But if you guys are asking me, yeah, bring DeMar DeRozan on this team, but we got to trade Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, or Duncan Robinson even. I mean, maybe Duncan Robinson, but then you're losing our shooter. And I love Duncan on this team. I don't know. I want to hear what you Heat fan thinks. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think it's worth giving up one of these players for a DeMar DeRozan in a potential sign-in trade? Or do you think like me, the only way I'd be cool with adding DeRozan on this team is if he takes that $5.2 million exception? Because to actually get him on this team, you're going to have to move a lot of pieces around. Why would you do that for DeMar DeRozan? I just think he gives you exactly the same thing that Jimmy Butler gives you. Now, he plays more games. Jimmy Butler, hopefully what DeMar DeRozan did this year, Jimmy Butler does. You know, DeMar DeRozan at 34 years old played 79 games. Jimmy Butler could do that. That's what I want to see from Jimmy. I think if Jimmy takes that step and plays more regular season games and we don't get injuries from guys like Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier, I think we'll be fine. Are we the best in the East? Time will tell. But with all the deals that certain teams have made, next year is going to be a lot harder in the East. So maybe adding DeMar DeRozan at the $5.2 million mid-level exception is the answer. So let me know what you think in the comments, Heat fans. Tell me your thoughts about DeMar DeRozan. Do you think we should add him, or do you think it's only at a certain limit? Don't forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel as we push for 5,000 subscribers. Thank you all for your support and love. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Yeah, buddy. Let's go.